Hello, twisted humans.
Do you find yourself wanting to know more about the latest murder, conspiracy, cult, or haunting?
Then this is the podcast for you. I'm Alecia.
And I'm Sierra, and this is Twisted and Uncorked.
Can't go.
Sierra's talking to her friend over here. / her mom's new friend. Her mom's new fur child. So if you are watching on YouTube and you see ears, it's not a cat, as I previously thought. Definitely not a cat. No offense to our cat-loving listeners. You do you. But I've never had good experiences with cats. And I'm allergic to them, so that's just my, way out of ever owning one. But welcome to episode 205, where we are chaos. Sierra literally started this recording by sending me a text message that just said, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, in life, with equipment, what's happening? But she is
all of the above. All of the above is what is happening.
She was riding the struggle bus is what it was.
Yes.
Well, we are going to get into why, I'm sure, at the little tidbit section where we like to chit chat after we intro the show. I don't know how to do a podcast anymore. But Sierra, do you have a fun fact for me? Because I have a spooky story for you today.
I'm excited for your spooky story. I have been saving some fun facts, so let me find the best one for this specific story. Fun fact, the London Bridge. Where do you think the London Bridge is located?
Is it falling down?
It's not falling down.
Oh, okay. I would think London, but I feel like you're about to tell me that's not the case.
The London Bridge is in Arizona.
What?
It's in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. The original London Bridge, anyway. It was built in London.
Is it the original London Bridge? Oh, it was built in London.
It was built in London, and someone purchased it, and so they dismantled it and shipped the pieces of it to Arizona in 1971. I feel like
that's not a cost-effective way to build a bridge, but what do I know? Wild.
Yeah.
All right.
Very strange.
I'm glad it's not falling down.
Not anymore. They took it down. They put it back up.
They took it down. Maybe that's where the nursery rhyme started, with this man purchasing this bridge.
Well, that happened in 1971. I think the nursery rhyme is older than that.
Fair 70s? Enough. Now I feel like I need that to be my fun fact. Where did London Bridges falling down?
I think we talked about this in my bonus episode on nursery rhymes a long time ago. I don't remember.
Maybe. No, it's just like related to decay and like middle ages and being poor. It's sad.
Oh, sometimes.
Well, my fun fact is not middle age related, but possibly middle age adjacent, in that penicillin was first called mold juice, which, sure, nothing says let's cure something like mold juice. In 1928, Alexander Fleming first discovered the antibacterial substance, and that is what he started calling it. But it was changed to penicillin after the penicillium mold that is used to make it. So I'm really glad that they bettered their branding on that regard, because nothing says
I'm sorry.
Get better like mold juice.
Who found this?
The antibacterial substance was discovered in 1928 by Alexander Fleming.
Who the fuck is Alexander Fleming? There's no way he's a doctor. And he comes up with the word mold juice. You couldn't think of anything better than mold juice. Come on.
He discovered it by studying Staphylococcus bacteria, later identified as penicillium mold, and in a petri dish that was inhibiting bacterial growth. So it helped with benefiting it. I think he was just a scientist. I think he was about as awkward as, like, Sheldon Cooper, because that is some shit that he would come up with. Like, he doesn't care about the branding of it all.
Maybe.
I don't know, but I thought it was interesting, and, it is adjacent to my story in terms of the time period. So
Okay.
and that also brings us right into our drink with the time period, because we are drinking a sidecar today. Or in Sierra's case, a virgin sidecar, which she will get to in a moment. But the sidecar was first popularized in Paris, and like North Americans like to do, things that come from Europe are swanky and exciting and fun. So they started bringing that to North America, increasing its popularity. And because of the simplicity of the ingredients, it was an attainable drink in the 1920s and early 30s. And because there was prohibition and all that kind of stuff, you had to drink what you could. So I haven't had a sidecar since I bartended, which has been about 10 years. I don't like it, but that's a separate problem. But traditionally, the recipe is as follows. It is 1 ounce of cognac, 1 ounce of Cointreau, and 1 ounce of lemon juice. There are different variations that have come into play over the years, but I just chose to make the classic. And it is traditionally served in a coupe or martini glass, but I have neither, so it is in a wine glass. But I think Sierra's is in a coupe glass. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's in a Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, we got Marie Antoinette's nipples back into play.
There they are. Yeah, I made I was looking for a mocktail version, of course, and I found two options. One of them was orange juice, lemon juice, and um um vanilla, like what's it called? Extract. Vanilla
Okay,
extract.
okay.
And I was like, I don't like the sound of that one. The other one was literally
From the
a
woman that brought us bean juice.
yeah. Um this one was, I think, called a strawberry sunrise um mocktail. It's very similar, but whatever. It's orange juice, lemon lime soda, and a little bit of
Oh,
grenadine for the color.
there you go.
So it's delicious.
It sounds
Super delicious.
delicious.
Yeah.
Better than the equivalent of a sweet tea that I was sending you, which was the only other mocktail recipe that was coming up. And
Yeah.
normally I would make it easier for you to do a mocktail with, but it was the only thing that really fit with the time period, because you will see why. But that said, we are living in a weird time period where Alecia straightens her hair.
Mm,
That's fun.
fun times.
I had a couple of interviews today, so I had to look my very best. And my
Mm-hmm.
hair was very frizzy after hot Pilates this morning, so naturally I had to wash, blow dry, and try and tame it the best that I could. Um, the back, not straight at all anymore. It's barely holding on, let's face it. My hair is naturally very curly and rejects it to its core, but I came around the corner and Kevin was like, "Okay." So, yeah. So if anyone is watching this on YouTube, fun change in existence. And I'm wearing skull earrings that he bought me that are very cute.
Mm-hmm.
He bought them at a farmer's market before I got laid off, and we had to be responsible with our money. So too late, can't return them. But I mean, Sierra's had family visiting. Do you have anything to report on there other than
Oh,
you're on the struggle bus?
I'm struggle bussing. This week was so today is a Thursday. Exactly 1 week ago on Thursday, I had to drive all the way to North
Yes.
Carolina and back to pick up Sissy. Um, then the very next day, all of my family came into town, meaning my mom, my sister, her husband, their two kids, my
Where are they
brother, and his
sleeping?
girlfriend. They were all staying in my house until Tuesday, so that was Friday till Tuesday. On Saturday, we had 46 people over for Sissy's birthday party. It was a lot. And then on
I
Tuesday,
don't even think I know 46 people. Sorry,
and then on
my
Tuesday
family wasn't
was
that big, but
the first day of school. And then on Wednesday, I had 2 facials that were not planned last minute. 2 facials last minute on Wednesday.
and you're, like,
This
promoting
was the
so hard
second
that
day of
you're like, "I
school.
can't really say no."
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm like, wow, what a busy, busy time. And now it's Thursday again, and here I am. And today I mostly just laid in bed. Oh, on top of all of that, I'm secretly, hopefully no one can hear me, planning a cruise for my kids for a Christmas present. So, like, I finally got that done today, like, mapped out and everything. It's been a really busy week. Okay?
Sorry, for whose birthday present?
Christmas. The
Oh,
kids.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Whereabouts are you guys cruising? Like, Caribbean
Mhm.
cruise? Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
There are a lot of really good stops on the cruises on this side, at least, according to what my parents have said. The only cruise I've ever done was Alaska, and it was the most beautiful place ever. Loved it.
Yeah.
Every stop was gorgeous. The Hubbard Glacier, amazing. Um, but I do get seasick after a few days, as it turns out.
That's no
So
fun.
I would recommend, even if you don't think that you're gonna get seasick, getting you guys all those either those, like, little equilibrium bracelets or the little patches that go behind your ear, and if you do get nauseous, I learned from the ladies on the cruise that worked there that green apples help. So, ask room
Nice.
service or whatever for green apple.
Have you seen equilibrium glasses?
No.
They're fucking hilarious looking, but apparently they work really well. So, might get some of them.
I feel like that would fuck you up so bad because so much of your, like,
There's no
vision is
lens.
into what?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why they're hilarious.
It's
No, but
yeah,
I
they
mean, like,
look
even just,
like
like, the act of taking something off, like, you seeing and then your
mhm.
equilibrium being affected, I feel like that would make your whole
Well,
body
it's
feel so
supposed
fucked
to be
up.
like it's for in a car for car
Oh,
sickness. And it's supposed to be like it shows you that you're moving or something so that your brain
it
doesn't
tricks
feel
the
the
way your
movement without
brain sees
seeing the
it.
movement.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They look hilarious, but everyone tells me they work really well. So if I want to read on a ship, I'll probably get them.
Well, there you go. We are going to get right on with this week's episode after this quick break. Boo, boo, boo. So, as I hinted at in the intro, today I have a spooky episode for you. And today we will be talking about a haunted house and its history. So, let's go to 83 Fox Street in Penetanguishene, Ontario. Built in 1885 with red bricks, a slate roof, and in Queen Anne Revival style, the Beck House is both elegant and spooky. And I sensed you wanted to comment on the the town name.
Listen, I don't understand Canada. Where do they get these names?
Well, I can tell you that because I was gonna see if I could use this as a fun fact without spoiling what my episode was about today. So it is part of the Ojibwe language, and it translates to the place of the white rolling sands, because of its vast beaches in the area.
Nice.
Yes, so as usual, white people taking things and changing things that weren't broken. The home was originally built for Charles Beck and his wife Amelia and their 9 children: Mary, Jacob, Lavina, Charles Jr., Walter, Alfred, Emily, William, and George.
I have a question. Do you think Lavina is actually pronounced Lavina?
I don't know.
I
Anytime
only
I've ever
asked
heard
that.
that name, I've heard Lavina, so.
I've never heard any of those names except there's this girl on Instagram that I follow, who I can't remember what her Socials by Lavina is her name, and
Mm,
she's
that's
Amish
beautiful, though.
or ex-Amish, and she does she sells Amish cookbooks, and I
Oh,
love them so
cool.
much. And I've never heard of that
That's
name
very
before,
cool.
except hers, and she says Lavina. So that's what I was wondering.
Interesting. No, that's a good point. I mean, please, if somebody knows the origins of that name better than I do, let me know. But I thought it was a really cute name, but also random amongst Mary, George, and William.
Yeah.
Charles was a wealthy lumber merchant, building the home for him and his family in Simcoe County. It was one of the first homes in the area, making the Beck family one of the founding families in true Vampire Diaries lore. Charles Beck, who went by Carl, which I don't understand, but okay, was very influential in the town, even acting as the mayor from 1892 to 1895.
Carl is much more vampire than Charles. That was
I
the
know,
whole
but
thing.
when is
Yeah.
Carl and Charles? Like, when is Carl short for Charles?
When you're trying to be a vampire.
We're really just reading the history that was used to create the Vampire Diaries. This was the inspiration, guys. Charles owned C. Beck Manufacturing, which he established in 1875, and the company sold lumber, shingles, pails, tubs, etc. to firms all over Canada and the US, quickly becoming a success. The family was so wealthy that theirs was one of the first to own a car in the area. Charles purchased the Oldsmobile in 1903. That car is currently on display in the Centennial Museum.
Hmm.
Charles also donated a plot of land to the Presbyterian Church and has helped establish a local school in the area. But sadly, wealth couldn't protect his family from the ailments of the early 1900s, and Charles would lose his wife Amelia to appendicitis. 2 of his children would also pass away in the home. And there are many, many reports that say 2 of his young children, let me specify, when his children died in the home, they were in their 30s, which, yes, is still young. But when you
Yeah.
think young child, you think like a child.
Maybe they meant of the like fucking 9 or whatever that there was, the younger of all of them.
No, they're like middle children. I
Oh,
looked into this because I was
damn.
confused by it. So I just wanted to specify that if
Okay.
anyone ever looks into the story and is like, it says young children, I did my research, peeps. Still sad. 30s is still young. Me and Sierra,
Yeah.
30s, don't want to die yet. So Jacob returned home after falling ill at one of his family's logging camps, and he died a few days later of flursy and pneumonia at the age of 35. And Charles Jr. would also die in the home later due to complications with his bladder. It is believed that the writing said acute suppression of urine on the death certificate, but they mentioned that it was tough to read in the archives of the library that it was held in, so take that with what you will, and he was 31 years old.
Every
Their
time I
spirits
hear,
are said to be particularly active in the Beck House to this day.
mm,
Mary, Charles's eldest daughter, had to step up and help raising her siblings after her mother passed away. She did this for a great period of time until she left her home herself to marry and have a family. But Charles did not take this well. He was so slighted by this that when he passed away in 1915, Mary got $1 of his then $10 million inheritance, and the rest was split equally between his other children.
wow. That's
Petty.
a
Petty as
real
fuck,
petty.
sir.
Real
Petty as
fucking
fuck.
petty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that it is of the 1900s times where you are expected to, help with the family, and if you're a woman, you're basically only good for child rearing and housekeeping.
Yeah.
But she did her part for a period of time, and then she's like, I still need to live. Like,
Yeah.
these are not my 9 children. 8, because she's excluding herself, but everyone knew what I meant.
Yeah.
And Mary's ghost, as a result, is reportedly seen as if in protest of her father. And the accident that Charles passed away in 1915, according to historical records, is that he drowned while his horse was getting a drink at the river and his buggy flipped over.
Mm.
He was 76 years old at the time. Apparently, they did try to save his life and try to get the buggy flipped back over, but I just picture like a full old Western, like Looney Tunes type mix of scenes where this group of men is just trying to flip a buggy back over. Like, just, it's really sad, but like,
Yeah.
also, like, how? Charles's sons would then take over his business, and although some of the practices changed over the years, and they felt the struggle of the Great Depression, the company actually continued until 1965. Today, the Beck House is a series of apartments that people live in, and the top floor has 2 apartments that are rented out as an Airbnb suite if anyone is feeling brave enough to stay the night. And I wrote in my notes, sign us up. So you're already being nominated as tribute,
Let's
Sierra.
go.
Residents report flickering lights, strange noises, and have felt a tug on their blankets when they get into bed at night, almost like somebody is tucking them in. This is believed to be Mary's maternal spirit or that of Amelia.
Or maybe it's Mary. Like, you wanted me to take care of the kids? I'll take care of every fucking person in this house. Make them terrified.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going full petty back. I kind of like that,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
She's like, fine, see, I'm taking care of people. And meanwhile,
Yeah.
the person that's being tucked in is like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, nothing is more unsettling than spirits messing with your bed.
Yeah.
Like that to me is like,
So vulnerable.
yeah, that to me is like every kid's worst nightmare. It isn't just the Beck family members that haunt the halls of this home, though. Current homeowners believe that there are as many as 18 spirits there. A female figure is sometimes seen standing at the top floor window, staring down at people and appearing to angrily mutter to herself. People have been shooed away and have had their hair tugged in this area as well, which was an immediate trigger for me for obvious reasons, everybody. Don't touch my hair. Like, just fuck. So, I hate that. Can you imagine just like walking by and being shooed or having your hair pulled? No, thank you.
I will never forget the episode of Destination Fear or maybe Project Fear, one of them, where Chelsea's hair like lifts
Oh,
up
yeah.
like
Oh.
at the Winchester Mystery House. Oh
Yeah.
no, thank
Yeah.
you.
That's you can't fake that kind of shit. The ghosts don't appear to be bound to the house either. People have reported women strolling along the street in Victorian period clothing on Church Street adjacent to the home, with many people attributing it to the Beck House spirits. Residents have also heard unexplained knocking, disembodied footsteps, seen shadow figures in the halls, doors will close on their own, strange smells linger in the area like cigar smoke, and Charles Beck was a known cigar smoker. And the whole apartment building is also decorated with antique furniture. The items make you feel like you are stepping back into the Beck House as it was. It also makes for an authentic feeling staring at the Airbnb suites. But, as we've learned from the old spaghetti factory of it all, antique objects can sometimes bring their own shit. One guest at the Airbnb was Chris and Chantel. According to her blog, her and her husband have a haunted holiday every October, and I feel like Kevin and Jesse need to get on board with this tradition immediately.
Agreed for sure.
I'm like, as soon as I started reading her blog page, I'm like, where do I sign? This is so
Yeah.
great. So this was one of their experiences or one of their haunted holidays. Throughout the night, she said that her and her husband heard creaking floorboards outside of their room all night, like somebody was pacing and then stopping there. And I didn't quite understand what they meant until I watched a paranormal investigation inside of the home. So the 2 Airbnb suites that are split on the top floor are legitimate suites with multiple bedrooms. So the
Mhm.
suite that Chantel and Chris stayed in was the same suite as one of the paranormal investigations that I watched. And in the suite, there's a green room where like all of the furniture has like a green theme and the walls and all that kind of stuff, and a red room across from it. and then there's, like, a little kitchenette area in the middle, and then, like, a reading/living area. So it's like a mini apartment that you're renting, which is kinda cool. So Chris and Chantel were very interested, having haunted holidays every year and seeing if anything would happen. So Chris and Chantel split up for the night, sleeping in the red room and the green room, and they heard, like, footsteps pacing in, like, the middle ground all night, which is so creepy. It's like, "Okay, you're gonna split up for the night, we're just gonna fuck with you in the middle." Many paranormal investigators have visited and reported their findings, with some staying the night in the suites as well. One video that I did watch was that of fellow Canadian and beloved sleepwalker Selena Spooky Boo. Her hair also did get pulled, and herself, along with another girl that was investigating with them, had a phantom pain in their sides, almost like their appendix area, lending evidence to Amelia's spirit having suffered there. Lots of other freaky stuff happens throughout the night. It is a very cool video, and it is in my resources if anyone wants to watch the full thing. But it's mostly comical in her nature with the other people, so, the creepy stuff that is reported is as reported above, but it seems like a very cool little apartment complex. It is a historical building, so it'll never be torn down, and it is in and amongst the Presbyterian Church cemetery that the Beck family founded, essentially, and most of the Beck family members are buried there today. So, their spirits are right there. And that is the story of the Beck House.
That is really creepy, but also super interesting. I would totally go.
It's very pretty. I'm gonna show you photos now.
Yes, please.
It's like, would you like to book your stay? Yes, but not right
Yes.
this second.
Yes, I would.
And the interesting thing about the story and why I felt drawn to cover it is because, do you remember the Patreon bonus episode that I covered about that dream that I had about that red brick house and that family?
Yeah.
The inside of the Beck house looks very similar. It doesn't have, like, the same, but it's, like, red on the outside. It didn't have the same, like, crossovers between the 2, but as soon as I saw that and I saw, like, 9 family members, I'm like, what?"
Interesting.
In a weird serendipitous moment. So
Yeah.
that is the outside of the Beck house.
Oof, beautiful.
It is beautiful. So there's a few apartment buildings throughout it. And then, can you still see this?
I see you're Googling.
Why am I in cap locks? It's fine. So this is the red room, which, we don't love. It's a little creepy. And then the green, this is the Presbyterian Church Cemetery. Apparently the red room is the favorite. There's no photos of the green room. Rude. There's no photos of the green room.
Rude.
But I will take stills of it from the video or something because it is really creepy in there as well. I thought it was cool. And I'd never heard of the Beck House until that, so that is some Canadian spookies for you.
I like Canadian spookies.
It was too long to be an urban legend, but not quite long enough for a full episode. So hopefully you have something interesting to tell us other than you have a really cute dog that's trying to escape your recording room.
Yeah. I am signed up. Okay, so I did this candle making thing a long time ago that we've talked about.
That
And then
were willing to get paid in candles to participate in future events, okay?
Yep. So I did my volunteer work for candles, and finally the future event has been chosen, and it is one where you bedazzle a book cover and make a candle. And now I'm trying to decide, what book cover do I bedazzle? I have so many. I don't know which one.
You bedazzle the book cover and you make a candle.
Yes.
Those are 2 separate activities.
Yes, at the same time.
I'm like, why are you making a candle out of a book? That doesn't seem like a good idea at all.
No.
Okay. I've seen that on TikTok several times where people, like, redo their, like, book covers.
Yeah.
Did you just kill a bug?
Yeah. I did. Did you hear it?
Yeah, well, no, you just flicked your glass, and I'm like, well, that's risky business.
I don't know if it actually died, but it got away, so that's good enough for me.
My something funny that I want to tell you is bug adjacent. So last night, if anyone follows me on Instagram, on the night that we're recording this, it's August 7th. I couldn't sleep. I've been having a hard time sleeping because of shit going on in life. And so I don't want to wake Kevin up when I turn on my light to read or to I'm almost done Iron Flame, by the way. We'll be able to talk about that when we do Bitch and Wine.
Yay.
I didn't want to wake Kevin up by turning on my light, so I went out into the living room to lay on the couch, and then I'll read until I get sleepy and I'll go back to bed. Is usually my routine right now. So I'm reading and I'm like laying fully down on the couch, and I see this movement in the corner of my eye. And we have like a housefly in our house right now, so I assumed it was the housefly. Just kept reading, and then I was like, wait, it's moving too slow. So I look up and it's a big fucking ass spider. From the video that I posted, it doesn't look that big, but that's from me to the floor. So
Yeah.
so I'm like, great, that's so great. And it's on the wall with the bookshelves above my couch. And I couldn't stand on the couch and reach it. I would have had to stand on the back of the couch, like the head of the couch to reach it, but I couldn't because the shelves were there. So in my mind, I'm like, I have a brilliant idea. I'm going to take one of my floor lamps because they're like old school 90s floor lamps and they have like a little globe thing that would capture it and bring it down to my level where I could take it out and take it outside. That's not what happened. So all Kevin hears from in here is crashing, and he comes out to me holding a floor lamp at the ceiling trying to capture a spider. Not a great visual. And then because he distracted me, it fell onto the couch and went God knows where. So I have to sell my couch now. Excellent time.
Burn the
At
house
2
down.
o'clock in the morning, I grabbed my like dust buster that I use to vacuum up all of Thumper's poops. And I just went like mad inside the couch. And I'm like, I'm hoping I'm vacuuming it. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
That's my story. That's my events for this week. And I've just been doing a lot of Pilates, yoga, and just trying to get myself out of the house. I mopped my walls. Who does that?
I do that.
Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. Kevin called me crazy.
No,
He's
my
like,
sister.
people don't do that. And I'm like, do
I
you
did
know how
it.
gross walls are?
And then my sister asked me how I did it because she wanted to do it.
Okay.
So
Do
yeah.
you have expert tips
Oh,
that don't involve streaks?
I just dissolve powdered not dish, laundry detergent in hot water and do it with that.
That's smart. I
Yeah.
just use dish soap a little bit in a mop thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had that ad come up on Temu of that like multi bucket where you like get it wet on one side and then like squeegee it on the other side. I bought the equivalent of that basically on Amazon. So it like kind of dries it out and it works really well on walls and floors.
Is it the one that like spins it?
No,
Oh.
I'll send you a photo. I'll post a photo with this week's episode because everyone is dying to know what kind of mop I have, I'm sure.
I have the one that spins it. Like spins it dry. Like you stick it on and you step on it and it goes
like the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. That's my excitement, guys. Think happy job hunting vibes. And if you're feeling extra generous and you want more of me and Sierra, which obviously you do, you should sign up for our Patreon page, which starts at $1 a month. And speaking of patrons, thank you so much to our newest patron, Evan. Thank you, Evan, for joining our twisted little community over there. We very much appreciate that. And if you didn't see Sierra's like Emmy-nominated performance about our new pins that we have on Patreon, if you join at the $10 level, that is one of the gifts that you get. Is the little Mothman that we created that was on our last logo. So
yeah,
you need one of him. He's so cute. So
he is pretty cool.
Apparently, there's Mothman sightings in Alabama now, which is great. So stay tuned. That's Sierra's backyard also, which is like humble flex. I'm
It's
like,
so
where
nice.
was this backdrop for our podcast in 2021? Would have been nice.
It was
But
waiting for me.
yeah, it was. The future was coming. So it was very cute. So if you aren't following us on social media, go do that as well. So you can check that out. And we will see you next week for Sierra's some sort of episode
Some sort of.
to be continued.
I think it's unsolved. I don't know.
Oh, well, we're gonna try as hard as
I'm
we can to
forcing
stick within the
myself
confines
into,
of these,
yeah. I'm
even if
forcing
it doesn't
myself
make
into there.
sense.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't make sense. And honestly, that is just for our own amusement. We can
Yeah.
cover whatever we want. It's just
Yeah.
funny to know how we're going to classify these. So we will see you for Sierra's possibly unsolved episode next week. And in the meantime,
Keep it twisted.
Twisted and Uncorked is hosted and produced by Sierra Zorn and Alecia Watson. If you like the show, don't forget to leave a 5-star rating and review wherever you are listening now. It really is the best way to spread the word. You can check out all things Twisted on our website, twistedanduncorked.com, and we will see you next Tuesday for a brand new episode.